All right. Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to our weekly marketing and mindset training call. This is Teresa Swendra. I'm a National Sales Director here on our Freedom at Home team. I am super excited to be here with you today and to share the information and to have a lot of information, and I do apologize again for the technical difficulties or technical issues we had there. It's just not a training call without having some kind of technical issues, and that's okay. It keeps things fun and exciting, that's for sure. But again, welcome to all of you. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to come and join me this morning on this call. The purpose of this call is to talk about different marketing strategies to help you have an abundance of leads. My goal is to make sure that you have more leads than you do time. I want your inbox full, and I want your phone ringing off the hook. And there is literally hundreds of different marketing strategies and techniques that you can use, and we have covered a lot of them on this marketing call. All of the training calls that we've done are recorded, and they are placed on the marketing website, which is www.apmarketing101.info, www.apmarketing101.info. And if you click on recorded calls /webinars, you'll see all of the training calls that we've done. They are listed there, and you're welcome to go back and watch any of them again, share with your team. They're there for you to utilize and to learn from. And I'm going to just jump right in and get started with the topic for today. I do have a lot of information to share with you. So let me get my slides here. And today's topic, I'm going to talk about Facebook and talk about prospecting and generating leads on Facebook and doing it for free. Prospecting and marketing on Facebook, number one, it does take time. My biggest tip with I cannot talk this morning, with Facebook is to utilize your time. It's so easy to get sucked into Facebook, and the next thing you know, you've spent 2 hours, 3 hours, and you're still on Facebook while you're making connections and you're talking to people. You haven't been on the phone, and that's definitely our goal, is to build those connections and make those friendships, build that rapport, and then take it offline and get on the phone and talk to people. So let me jump in here, and I want to get started. Like I said, I have a lot of information that's going to come at you, so grab your pen and paper. I definitely want you to take some notes, and you can go back and watch this recording later, of course, if you would like. So with Facebook prospecting, like I just mentioned, it is hard, but it's really as hard as you make it. Some people, they make it very hard, and it's really not. You want to make it fun, but again, it does take time. You have to be willing to put in the work. We're networking, and you'll hear when I said networking, work. We're connecting with people, but we're working, and you want to make sure that you're building that conversation, you're building the rapport, and don't be too impatient with the conversations. You definitely need to connect and get to know that person. Don't be in a hurry to give them your link. You don't want to be pitchy or salesy or pushy. You don't want to make it all about you. Make it all about them. It's all about your prospects. It's finding out what they're looking for and how you can help them. Make sure you're interacting. This is not a one-way street, guys. Interaction is crucial and it's important. Your number one goal when you're on Facebook and you're reaching out and you're connecting with people is to make a friend. That rapport, we've talked about this before with other marketing strategies. Building that rapport, building that relationship is going to take you so much farther than just dumping your link. I call it verbal vomiting your link all over the place. That's not what Facebook is for. That's really not what any type of marketing or any type of strategy that you use is for. You definitely need to build a rapport. And that just comes with all of the junk that's online. People are so skeptical, they're so nervous, and they're just not sure. So building that rapport and being a little humble, being a little raw, and letting them know you understand what they're going through, you understand their situation, and make that connection will go much, much further than just dumping your link all over the place. Excuse me. So the first thing I want to talk about, there's a couple of different pieces to prospecting on Facebook. The first part of what I want to talk about is where you can find prospects on Facebook, and then I want to talk about reaching out to them and connecting. And like I was just talking about, it's not just reaching out to people and dumping your link on them. You have to build the rapport and make that connection, and I have quite a few tips and things to share with you to help you with that. So getting started first with where to find prospects on Facebook, where not to look for prospects on Facebook. Prospects, people are everywhere. There's all kinds of people on Facebook. You can start with your profile or your fan page if you have one. When people are liking and they're commenting on your posts or your pictures, reach out to them. These, to me, are the best prospects because they're already interacting with you. They're liking your stuff. They're commenting on your stuff. So reach out to them. Just send them a message, and we'll talk more about, sending messages and reaching out to people and doing it in a way that's not pitchy, that's not salesy, that's not pressured, where you can very easily build that rapport. Do me a quick favor. If you have some background noise, hit *6 on your line to mute out. I just want to make sure that it's nice and quiet so that people can hear me. Excuse me. So like I said, the first place is on your fan page or your personal profile, whichever one you're using, or both. Again, when people are liking your posts, when they're liking your pictures, reach out to them and connect with them. They're already interacting with you. Excuse me. The next thing is birthdays. Excuse me. Every morning I get a little notification in my notification spot on Facebook for the people that have birthdays that day. Everybody has a birthday. Some days there's maybe just one or two. Some days there's 10 or 15 people that have birthdays that day. Those are virtually, essentially, they're free leads that are there. And you're going to have people that are going to have birthdays. I don't think I've ever had a day where I've not had at least one person that's had a birthday that I've had the notification for. Reach out to them. What I do is I send them a personal message. I don't write it on their wall. I send them a personal message. If they're friends or family, I will write on their wall. But for people that I'm not really connected with or I'm not familiar with, if we haven't chatted before or something like that, I will send them a personal message or a private message and wish them a happy birthday and ask them if they have any big plans. It's a great conversation starter. And then you can build on that simple, introduction. Happy birthday. Do you have any big plans for today? What do you have going on? And you can, move the conversation from there. Another thing you can do is you can go into the Facebook graph, which is just that search bar right on the top of Facebook, and you can do a search and you can enter pretty much whatever you would like. I have just a couple of examples here. You can enter people who like the name of a specific page. Like, let's say that you follow Danny Johnson, or you follow John Gordon, or you follow Ray Higdon. There are other industry leaders within network marketing or home businesses. You can go in and you can put in that search bar people who like Danny Johnson. And it's going to pull up all of the people that like Danny Johnson or like Ray Higdon or like John Gordon or whatever your search is. They also like that page or they follow that page. You have that common connection, and you'll see where I'm going with that here in a little bit when I go through some suggestions and some tips to help you when you're reaching out to people. It's important to find something you have in common with. So reaching out to people that like a page or follow a page that you do, or like a person, or if there's hobbies or interests that you have, like say you like to travel, or you like couponing, or you like a specific type of music or a specific band. You can get specific, and you can reach out to those people too. You can even do people that live in your city, or you can pick another city. Get very targeted in that search bar. It's going to give you a lot of people that you can reach out to. Another thing you can do is Facebook groups. And again, using that search bar along the top of that Facebook page, just get very specific again with this too. And enter groups that you have an interest in. So groups about working from home, groups about network marketing, groups about home businesses, groups about Danny Johnson, groups about couponing. And I gave an example here. If you just put in groups about fitness, that's not very specific. It's a very widespread topic, but if you narrow it down to groups about yoga or spin class or mountain biking or something that's more specific, you're going to be amazed at what you find for groups. And you can join those groups, and then there's a couple of different things you can do in the groups, and we'll talk a little bit more about groups here at the end. But one thing that I really like to do with the groups, especially when I join groups that are an interest to me, like traveling and spending time with my kids and couponing, you can reach out to those people. And you can strike up a conversation, build that rapport, and find out if they're interested in working from home, or find out if they have a medical or a dental plan. But you need to start first with finding prospects, and then once you've found the prospects, then we can reach out to them. And when we reach out to them, again, we have to build a relationship. And you have to remember, first and foremost, not everyone is going to be a fit for your team, and that's okay, because you don't want just anyone on your team. You want people that are like-minded, that are serious, that are ready to roll up their sleeve and get to work no matter what. You also need to remember there's 3 C's when it comes to building a relationship and reaching out and connecting with people on Facebook. We have to have a goal in mind. We want them to become one of the 3 C's. A client, which is going to be an IBO or a team member. A customer, and that's going to be a member into one of our plans, whether it's dental or medical or a lifestyle plan. Or a connector, and that's going to be one that sends you referrals. And referrals can do amazing things for your business. Excuse me. You also need to remember that people need to know, trust, and like you before they will become a client, a customer, or a connector. It's a must, and that's where building that relationship and building that rapport is very vital, and it's very important. There's no magic words to say to someone. You have to build the trust and make that connection, and that's going to come from not dumping your link or pitching them or being spammy. And I'm going to share with you some questions and some things that you can say to people to reach out to them to start that connection, start that conversation. And remember to be yourself. That's really important too. You don't want to be fake. You don't want to be spammy or pitchy. And I know that but it's very, very important. Just be yourself and have fun, and don't be afraid to be a little raw, be a little humble. People will really appreciate that. Your posture is also very important. You want to make sure you're confident. You have to have a belief that what you're doing can be enough to move someone in the right direction. The best way to have belief is to go and use the plans. Go and see what the savings can do. That is going to be huge for you and your belief. Helping others to, excuse me, excuse me, I apologize. Sorry about that. I forgot what I was talking. Oh, I was talking about. I lost my complete train of thought. I'll just start over. Posture. Like I said, confidence. Go use the benefits. Go use the prescription. Go use the non-medical. That's huge. I have the app on my smartphone, and I am constantly referring to that app for the grocery coupons, for the dining coupons, for the shopping coupons. There's so much in there. Every little bit adds up. The other day we saved $3 on our pizza. $3 is $3, but that adds up, and that's huge. And get excited about it. And that's going to really help your belief, and it's going to help your posture and help your confidence in the company and what you're doing. Be professional. Excuse me. You need to respect that there is a lot of companies and a lot of products out there, and just because it's not yours doesn't mean there's something wrong with it. And just because your company or your product isn't the right fit for the person you're talking to doesn't mean there's something wrong with your company, doesn't mean there's something wrong with that person. Again, it goes back to what I was just saying. You don't want just anyone on your team. We want to work with like-minded people that are going to roll up their sleeves and get to work and that are serious and that they want this. So you need to be happy for people that they have found something that they're happy with. And don't bash them or get mad at them or be rude or nasty or anything like that. It's not necessary. Be happy for them. Be helpful. Putting others first will put you top of mind, and that's exactly where you want to be. And be natural. Again, this goes back to what I was just talking about a few minutes ago. You don't need to be fake. Be you. Be natural. Your business is an extension of yourself. You are a American Plan. And ask yourself, would you join you? That's a huge question. And if you say, no, I don't think I would join me, then you need to take a step back and change your confidence, change your posture, and work on yourself. Be excited, and remember, you are American Plan. So would you join you? So when you're approaching a new person, when you're getting ready to reach out to them, there are some things that are important to remember. And again, I've already gone over these a little bit. The biggest one is don't pitch your business. Don't be salesy. Don't send them a message and verbally vomit your business all over them. People do not like that. Just think of yourself when you're on Facebook and people approach you. Did they approach you and do they dump their stuff all over you? If that annoys you, I guarantee you it annoys other people. Don't send a link without permission. Don't write a long story or message. Don't copy and paste your messages. If you can copy and paste your message to a bunch of people, it's not personal. You need to be personal. And again, people have to know, trust, and like you before they will do any type of business with you. So when you're sending a personal message, I have a checklist, and this is something that I keep handy, and I do it myself. A checklist for conversation starters when you're reaching out, when you found that person that you want to reach out and start a conversation with and see what they're up to, what they're doing. The first thing is to use their first name. Always address them by their first name. Look at their profile first. That's really important. If they have stuff on their profile that makes you scratch your head or makes you go, wait a minute, when you look at their profile, you want to ask yourself, and I'm kind of skipping around here a little bit, but ask yourself if there's someone that you would want to work with. That's very important. And again, it goes back to you don't want just anyone on your team. You want to make sure they seem positive. See if there's something that you have in common. Again, that goes back to what I was talking about before, where you look for, do a search for people that like Danny Johnson or like Ray Higdon or like Tony Robbins. Follow people or look for people that, excuse me, what do you need, honey?
I'm just reading your stuff on it.
Okay, are you helping? Okay. I apologize. My kiddos are home on summer break. But when you're looking for people to connect with, again, it goes back to finding those like-minded people. And I find that doing a search and looking for people that are liking Ray Higdon and liking Tony Robbins and liking John Gordon, they're positive people and they're serious people and they're like-minded, and those are good people to reach out to and connect with. Make sure that you keep your message, your first message, link-free, and then ask them a question and compliment them. So address them by their name, look at their profile, and ask yourself if there's someone that you would want to work with. Do you have something in common with them? Are they positive? Do they have hobbies? Or what are their interests? Keep your first message link-free. Ask them a question and compliment them. I'm going to give you a couple of examples of some wrong messages to send, and then we'll talk about a better message to send. Excuse me. So some examples of the wrong type of messages to send. You don't want to send something like, "Hi Mary, I'm a team leader and a consultant, and I'm going to add my link to this message to save me from writing it all out. Let me know what you think," and then put your link in there. No, you're not going to get any response to that. Nobody likes that. And again, it goes back to what I was just saying a little bit ago. If something like that annoys you, it's going to annoy other people. The same way as I've just started a new business and I'm on a mission to share the health and wellness with my friends. Would you like to hear more? Or this last one, and I actually got this one the other day. I got a message from someone, and it said, "You'd be perfect for my business. Do you want to hear more and join my team?" And I did chat with her, and I replied back to her, and she was so vague, and she refused to give me any information. There was no rapport building. She just wanted me to look at her business, but she wouldn't tell me anything about it. You can't do that. You have to build rapport, and you can't just automatically assume that that person's going to be perfect for your business. You have to build that relationship and find out what they're looking for, and then go from there. It'll just be, your results will be so much better. Instead of having someone block you or send you a rude message back, build the relationship. It's just so much better in the long run. It really, really is. So here's a better message. "Hi Mary, how's your day going? I saw your comment on Danny Johnson's post about support from your family, and I couldn't agree with you more. Has your husband always supported you? I love your background picture, by the way. You have beautiful children. Talk soon, Teresa." Now I'm going to jump backwards here. Look at these messages again. These examples of not so good messages, and then look at this one again. And just ask yourself, personally, you don't have to answer it out loud, just ask yourself, which message would you respond to? Would you respond to something like one of these, "You'd be perfect for my business. Do you want to hear more? You want to join my team?" Or would you respond to something like this, with a compliment, with questions? Me, there's no way. This is just annoying. This is, in my opinion, it's gross. There's nothing here. This is being pitchy. This is being salesy. This is being very pushy. There's no pressure in here at all. This is building rapport. This is reaching out to someone and looking for a connection. This is a much, much, much better message to send to somebody. Your results are going to be much better with something like this versus something like this. Now, when you send someone a message, there's some things to remember. You don't want to say anything until they respond. This is going to make you come across as being, I just completely lost the word I was going to say. I can't think of the word. It was right there. But you don't want to respond or don't say anything until they respond. Wait for them to reply. And if you have a good introduction message, something like this, especially if you ask them a question. The question here, has your husband always supported you? If you ask a question and you give them a compliment, you're going to get a response. They're going to want to respond to you. And if you, say, "Hey, did you get my message?" or "Hey, what's going on?" they're going to be annoyed, and you're going to sound desperate. That's the word I was looking for. We're not desperate. We're building that relationship and building that rapport. So just wait for them to reply. And if you ask questions, if you compliment them, and your introduction message is something like this versus something like this, you're going to get a response. Ask questions. Be genuinely interested. Get personal. Don't be afraid to get personal. Wear your heart on your sleeve a little bit. Get raw. Ask more questions. Excuse me. And I make it a goal when I'm talking to people to have at least 3 interactions or 3 conversations before I talk about my business. really focus on building that rapport. And like I said at the beginning, this does take work and this does take time, but this will go so much further building that relationship and building the rapport than just, and again, I keep going back to this, but it's just so important and so crucial. This isn't going to get you anywhere. This stuff will. So questions to ask, you can ask, what do you do? How long have you been doing that for? Do you enjoy it?
Hello.
Just very, common questions. What do you do? Do you enjoy it? How long have you been doing that for? Have you considered doing anything else? If they say yes, that is your go-ahead to ask if they would be open to hearing more about your opportunity. Don't say, okay, they said yes, now here's my link. Don't do that. You still need to build that rapport and keep that conversation going. So just ask them if they'd be open to hearing about your opportunity, but keep asking questions. Don't get pitchy or pushy. Just keep asking questions. I like to find out if they have any kids, and most of the time you can find that out from looking at their profile. You can find out how old they are, if their kids do any activities. Again, you're looking for a common ground there. If their kids are in sports, well, my kids are in sports. Things like that. Find things where you can make that common connection. If they are, ask them if they work part-time or full-time. You can ask them what they would rather be doing. There's a lot of questions that you can ask people to find out what they're looking for. Excuse me. If you have background noise, if you could hit *6 on your line. Just want to make sure that it's quiet so that everybody can hear me. Now, if you ask them what they're doing, and they tell you that they're already working from home, again, there's some questions that you can ask to build that rapport, build that conversation. You can find out what company they're with. How long have you been with that company? How's it going? Are you reaching success? What attracted you to the company? How do you go about growing your business? Share some ideas there. How big is your team? Is this the first time you've ever worked from home? Do you have any struggles? Are you working part-time or full-time? Do you have any goals? Excuse me, are you working with a team or a mentor that can help you reach those goals? And another question you can ask is, how will I know when I'm talking to someone who would be a great customer or client for you? And it's where the referral or the connector will come into play. Another question that you can ask them, once you've asked them some questions and you've built a rapport and you've had those engagements, you can find out if they have benefits. And there's kind of a lead in, and that's usually what I lead with when I'm talking to someone. I find out if they have medical or dental, and I lead with the benefits. And if they do, then you can find out if they're open to working something else, or you can find out if they're open to sharing referrals. Excuse me, it's really up to you how you want that conversation to go. And I usually lead with the dental or lead with the medical, and lead with the benefits. And then I have the conversation go from there. But I don't say anything. Oh my goodness, hang on just a second, guys. What's wrong, honey? What's wrong?
This girl was chasing me.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Why don't you stay inside? Stay inside. Get a drink of water and take some breath. You're okay. I do apologize. I just heard those screams and I knew it wasn't good. We're okay.
Nothing's up there.
Oh, yeah. Those are not good screams. That was I'm hurt, but he's okay. So.
Okay, good.
But again, going back to what I was saying, you want to make sure that you're having those interactions or those conversations before you talk about the business. Get to know them, get to know what they're looking for, find out how you can help them, and then offer the solution, offer the benefits, offer the opportunity. Excuse me. So just keep asking questions, keep building that rapport, and then take the conversation offline. Get on the phone. I think that's the best. I cannot talk now. The fastest way to build rapport and to build that trust and they've got friends. And make sure you're having fun. And just remember that we're relationship marketers. We help people learn how to create a better lifestyle through business ownership. If they're not interested, and this is very important as well, again, it goes back to what I mentioned at the beginning, where you don't want to bash them or bash their company or be rude or nasty if they're not interested. Don't be attached to the outcome. And I think that's important whether you're on Facebook, you're talking to someone that came from a Craigslist ad. Regardless, don't be attached to the outcome. Ask them if they would be open to exchanging referrals. That's huge. Referrals do amazing things for your business. Excuse me. Keep in touch. Keep the conversation going. Stay friends with them. Offer to send a friend request. They can connect. I've had it happen many times where I'm talking to someone and they're not quite interested, and it's not what they're looking for right now, but we've connected, we've stayed friends, we've kept in touch. And down the road, they've come back to me and they've either wanted the medical or the dental, or they've wanted to get started or learn more. So keep in touch. Wish them a happy birthday. See how how things are going. If their kids are in sports, see how the sports are going. Just stay in touch and keep the conversation going. Stay friends with them. Stay connected, and offer support and encouragement. Excuse me. When you send them a friend request and you connect, you want to make sure that you're posting lifestyle pictures and posts, and make sure that there's no drama, there's no negative. You want to make sure you're positive and you're upbeat when it comes to what you're posting on Facebook. And that goes back to when you look at other people's profiles and you ask yourself if they're someone that you would want to work with, you need to make sure you're reflecting the same as well. It will definitely help building that trust, building that rapport. You don't want someone to come look at your profile and have all kinds of negative stuff or all kinds of drama and like, oh, what's this all about? Or wait a minute, it's not really someone I want to connect with. You want to make sure that you have, positive. I like to post a lot of pictures of my kids. I like to post pictures of, success quotes and inspiration quotes and articles and things like that. Things that are going to help people, but also, share my lifestyle. My kids are my everything. Excuse me. And one last piece here that I want to talk about, and then I will take some questions. Posting in groups. Okay. Excuse me. Posting in groups, and that's just when you go in and you join like different work at home groups or different network marketing groups. You'll see a lot of the groups that are on there, they do allow you to post in the group. But when you're posting in the group, it's important. I have a couple of things to share with you. You want to create the curiosity. You don't want to be pitchy or salesy. Stay consistent. You don't want to just go in and post in the groups once or twice. You have to stay consistent. I post, when I do posting in the group, I do in the morning and I do in the evening. And use a photo. Ads with photos, they're going to have more views and they're going to get more response. And again, you're creating that curiosity. You don't want to give it all away. You want them to raise their hand and go, what in the world is she doing? I want to learn more about that. So just have like a sample ad to show you something that is giving everything away, and then something that's going to create more curiosity. So the sample that I have is AmeriPlan is a 23-year-old healthcare company, and we're actively recruiting individuals to join our team. If you want to know more about working from home, visit, and I put in my website. There was a typo there. But I put in my website, we want you. That's very pitchy, and it's very salesy, and there's no curiosity there. I have the name of the company in there, and when someone sees that, what are they going to do? The first thing that I would do is take that AmeriPlan and go to Google and do a Google search. When you take AmeriPlan and you go to Google, you're going to see that AmeriPlan is a scam. If you go look up Walmart, Walmart is a scam. That's what people do, is they go to Google, they do the research, and they see it's a scam. Honestly, to me, in my opinion, Google is the worst place for someone to go and look up a company or look up anything, because all you're going to see is the negative, is the bad. Creating that curiosity and having them raise their hand and go, what in the world is that all about? What is she doing or what is he doing? I want to learn more, I think is the best way to go, the better way to go, because you're going to get more response, and I think your results are going to be better. Because when people see the name or they go and they Google, you've lost that opportunity to talk to them. They're going to create their own judgment from all that negative stuff. They're going to go, oh, yep, it's a scam. I'm not even going to bother. And you've lost that person without even having an opportunity. So a better ad, something that you could post, would be the bottom example that I have here. I sifted and sorted through a lot of junk online and tried a few opportunities, and I lost a lot of time and money. Right there, it says a lot, because you're connecting with others that are sifting and sorting through all of the junk, and they're running into the scams. So that's going to hit a lot of people right there. They're like, oh, wait a minute. And then continuing on, when I first found this company, I thought it was another scam. You're getting a little humble there, wearing your heart on your sleeve. And I saw the A+ BBB rating, the FBI partnership, and you're sharing some credentials there, among the other elite credentials, and I decided to get started. I've been here for 5 years now. I don't stock products. I don't have parties. I don't make cold calls. And I don't have to bug my friends and family. We offer something people truly need, and we work 100% from home. If you're open to hearing more, and again, with the call to action, you can put in there, please call or text me. You can put in your website. You can say, please message me. I prefer with my phone number. Please call or text me for more information. And then going back to what we talked about last week on the marketing call, when they text me, I build a rapport and then invite them to schedule a phone interview, and I go from there. And I recommend that you go back and listen to the recording from the call last week for some helpful tips and pointers with using text messaging to build rapport and prospect. But, again, just ask yourself, of these two ads that you're looking at right here, which one would you respond to? This one is a lot more personal. You're going to get, this one creates a lot more curiosity, and that's what it's all about, is getting people to raise their hand and create that curiosity and come to you and say, what are you doing? Not giving it all away. Because, again, they're going to go to Google, and they're going to see that it's a scam, and we don't want that. We know it's not a scam. We've done our research, and we're here. You wouldn't be here if you thought it was a scam. We don't want other people to go and do their research and see the negative and then lose that opportunity. Create that curiosity, get them to raise their hand, get them to come to you, and then build a rapport, build that relationship, and then invite them to look at the opportunity, invite them to jump on the phone, invite them to the overview call, to the sizzle call, however you want to work it. But building that rapport, creating that curiosity is going to go so much further than just being pitchy and pushy and salesy and dumping it all over. So that is what I have for you. I know it's given me a lot of information. If you have any questions, go ahead and hit *6 to unmute your line and ask your question. No questions or comments? Anything I can help you with?
No.
Was the call helpful?
Yes, it was.
Good. Glad to hear it. I hope it wasn't too overwhelming.
No. Hey, Teresa, I have a question.
Yes.
I noticed that on the other webinar you had a lot of mail in your focal point. Is it possible that I could get some of those emails, those templates in your focal point?
The autoresponder emails?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. I'm more than happy to share those with anybody. We all have the autoresponder emails in our focal points. I've just gone in and customized mine and gotten very personal with mine, and I'm more than happy to share what I use. Excuse me.
Thank you.
The best way is to send an email to me, and I'll give you my email address, and then just put in the email what you would like, and then I will send it to you.
Okay.
Thank you.
And you're welcome. And my email address is Swendra, and that's SWENDRA at ameriplan.net.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I have a question. This is Jennifer from Arizona. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Just making sure. You had said earlier in the call that the first place to start on Facebook would be with our personal page and with our fan page. What methods do you use to get your fan page out there besides just to your personal friends and family on Facebook?
There is a few different things that you can do. When your friends and family like your page, it shows up in their news feed that they're liking your page. So that's going to give you some exposure there to help you with the other likes. What I do is I look for, you can go up in the search bar in Facebook, and I look for like networking groups or pages that have to do with ladders or sharing. And like there's one in particular, let's see if I can find it super quick, that it talks about networking, and they have different, each day you share something different. Like today is Twitter Tuesday, so we can go in there and we can share our Twitter, and that's going to help to grow. I'm just trying to look for it right quick. It's right here. It's Women in Business. It's a group, excuse me, just a search for Women in Business. And like I said, each day they share something different. So you can see it over here at Twitter Tuesday. So you add your Twitter account. If you have a Twitter account, add your Twitter account to the comments, and then people will come and they'll follow you on Twitter. Different days they do your Facebook fan pages. You can add your Facebook, and then people will come and like your Facebook. They do one for Instagram, so that you can put your Instagram. People will come and follow you on Instagram. It's different social networking, and that's a really good way to grow your likes or your followers on the different social networking. You can just comment or follow on. If you don't have an Instagram or you don't have Twitter and you just want to focus on your Facebook, that's fine. Then you only will comment on when it's Facebook Day. You know, there's a lot of different networking groups that you can be a part of that do this. And so that's what I have done. But then it's important, though, too, as you're growing your followers or the people that are coming and liking your fan page, you want to make sure that they're interacting with you. And so that's going to be where you're posting those pictures, posting your lifestyle pictures, posting inspiration or articles that are going to help them or be helpful to create that interaction. You can post something about working from home and do a little ad like I was sharing here, the posting in the groups. You can post something like this on your Facebook fan page or even on your personal profile, but you don't want it to be everything about your business. That's going to be where you're going to be pitchy and salesy, and people are going to block you and unfollow you or unlike you, but you don't want that to happen. So I throw this in, oh my gosh, very rarely. Every once in a while I will put in a little ad up on my Facebook fan page that I have. And I notice when I do that, I do get a few people that, quite a few people that reach out to me, but I also get a lot of people that are reaching out to me without putting the ad up there. So they're, tell me more about what you're doing, because I do post a lot of helpful things and inspiration things, so they can see that I'm helpful. And it's not all about my business. I want to help people. I'm very genuine and humble. And I think that's important versus just dumping your information all over the place. So I know that was kind of a long, drawn-out answer. I hope it was helpful, but I recommend that you do a search for networking groups or the like ladders and things like that, where you can add your page. Post it in our Facebook group too, and then we can like your page, and that's going to help with the other exposure as well.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Any other questions or comments?
Hello?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, my name is, I just wanted to ask a question. It is my very, very first day. I got my first 10 leads, and I've gone through the training, and when I'm finished listening to this call, I'm going to go ahead and attempt to make my first contact. So what do you suggest today? What is it that I need to, I know I need to pull up a script so I can have it there as I'm talking.
Absolutely. Well, first of all, congratulations to you and welcome to our team. It's exciting, very exciting. I love when people are brand new and they're getting ready to get on the phone, especially if they don't have a phone fear. I envy that. I had a phone fear. But that's neither here nor there. If I can do it, you can do it too. I recommend that you, and of course, if you have questions or you need advice or help with anything, definitely get with your enroller or another leader on our team. We're all here, and we're more than happy to help you. Definitely have that script, and I would go through it if you haven't already. Go through it a few times.
Okay.
You don't want to get someone on the phone and have not looked at the script at all. You want to go through it so you have a general idea of what you're going to be saying to that person.
Okay.
And start with building that rapport, ask them the questions, and then go through see if they're open to hearing more, and then go through the opportunity. Another thing that would be really good for you if you haven't already is to listen to a Smile and Dial presentation.
Mm-hmm.
We do have the live Smile and Dials that we do on Wednesdays and Thursdays, but they're recorded.
Mm-hmm.
And you can actually go back to the marketing sites here at apmarketing101.info.
Mm-hmm.
And there is a couple of Smile and Dials, if I can find them real quick.
I did. I listened to like 3 of those calls so that I could actually hear them live dialing and even leaving a voice message and actually talking to someone who is interested but would have to talk with, someone else before they signed up. So, yeah, I did listen to some of those yesterday.
Perfect. That'll be very helpful. So make sure you've reviewed the script, and then get your leads and get on the phone and call them if you feel like you're ready. And like I said, if you need help with anything, get with your enroller or connect with another leader. We're more than happy to help.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Excuse me. Is there any other questions or anything else I can help you guys with? Excuse me. All right. Well, I will not keep you guys any longer. I will let you go so you can get on with the rest of your day. If you do have questions, please let me know. Let your enroller know. Post in our Facebook group. We're here, and we are more than happy to help you. So with that being said, go have an awesome, blessed day, and thank you again for coming and joining me this morning. I do very much appreciate it.
Thank you for being there.
You are very welcome.